This is home. Twin States News starts right now.
Families in Kemper County experiencing devastation after a tornado ripped through overnight. Twin States News' Jasmine Stevenson spoke with one of the families who just came back from vacation to find nothing left.
Multiple crews are out this morning in Kemper County beginning the cleanup process after the storm last night caused severe damage to several different areas. The two houses behind me here on Zion Road were both completely destroyed. Project manager Tommy Luke of Kemper County tells me that the two homeowners were on vacation. They'll be coming home to almost nothing.
We were in Gulfport and the county worker called and asked to make sure nobody was at home. And they told us that everything was wiped out, that there was nothing, and that we need to get home here as soon as possible.
Chastity Whitehead says they did not expect the storm to be as damaging as it was.
It was heart-wrenching. Everything we worked so hard for is just gone. It's taken from you in the blink of an eye. Like, it's sad.
In 2011, Kemper County experienced a level 5 tornado. Sheriff James Moore says the county seems to be vulnerable to extreme weathers.
Just heartbroken that this happened. Kemper County seems like now is prone to tornadoes. You can see this family here is, I think, between two houses, probably 9 people that live there, have a total loss. We have a couple other houses in the community that are a total loss. So it's just heartbreaking that something like this has to happen all the time.
The family of the home says they're not sure where they go from here. Crews tell me that the cleanup process could take 2 days or more. Jasmine Stevenson, Twin States News, Kemper County.
A tornado touched down in Summerdale, Alabama late last night, and the storm that spawned that twister also caused damage in nearby Robertsdale. In Summerdale, there was damage west of Highway 59. Vicki Whittington, her husband, and their child took shelter in the bathroom as the tornado roared through. It only took a minute to pass over, but it left extensive damage. Their carport, which had been anchored in the ground, was ripped out of the ground and thrown across the yard where it landed on 3 of their cars. Fortunately, everyone in the family was safe. The damage in Robertsdale was mostly confined to the downtown area. Roofs were torn off buildings, siding ripped from businesses, and glass was blown out of storefronts.
I was actually in bed and my wife woke me up about 10:30, 11 and said, "You need to look at this." And we got to look and they was talking about it was coming up 59 between Summerdale and Robertsdale, and projected hit was on Wilter Street, which is that street right there in Chicago. And I said, that's me.
There were no reports of injuries in Robertsdale. Lawmakers have passed the largest teacher pay raise in Mississippi history. Twin States News' Donisha Branham visited Clarkdale High School to get teachers' reaction to getting a pay increase.
Teachers and upcoming teachers in Mississippi have something to be excited about. Months after deliberations, the state senators and representatives agreed on a proposal that would raise teachers' salaries. We hear from some local teachers on how it feels to finally get a pay increase.
This pay raise is, I think it's the biggest pay raise that the state of Mississippi has ever given to teachers at one time. For a lot of them, I mean, this means a chance for them to go back and continue their education, move up to a higher degree, and really just compensate them for the work that they do.
8th grade language arts teacher Katie Moffitt says she's excited about the raise and thinks this will encourage more people to become teachers as well as retain the current ones.
Huge teacher shortage, and people have a passion for the children of Mississippi, but if the pay isn't what they feel like they can afford to live with, then they go a different route. So I think it's really important for those people who are coming up into college, they want to help the children of Mississippi. This is going to be more of an encouragement for them to go ahead and pursue education.
One teacher says the pay raise is long overdue and knows firsthand the struggles that comes with a lack of pay for teachers because his mother was also a teacher.
Just watching her as I was growing up and some of the struggles that we went through because of the lack of pay for teachers. And now that we're able to get this, it's been good. Been good to see it pass through so quickly. And I'm thankful, and I know all the teachers here are thankful for the leaders of our state to finally put the effort in to get this done. So we're very excited around here.
Each chamber will still need to vote on this latest report before it can be sent to the governor. Donisha Branham, Twin States News, Lauderdale.
The Meridian Police Department investigating an armed robbery that happened March 22nd at 8:30 p.m. at 5200 Highway 439 at a Shell gas station. Michael D. Dooley entered the store with a firearm demanding money from the clerk, according to authorities. Dooley, they say, then took off in a white Nissan northbound on Highway 493. Dooley now has an active warrant for armed robbery. If you have any information on this incident, call the Meridian Police Department at 601-485-1893 or Crime Stoppers at 855-485-8477. And Meridian Police need your help to find a 16-year-old, Kalia McCoy. She was last seen on March 12th in the area of Highway Village Apartments. It's believed she's run away from home. Kalia is 5'8" and 220 pounds. If you've seen her or know where she is, call the Meridian Police Department at 601-485-1893 or the Dispatch Center, 601-484-6845. The Meridian Symphony will host a special family weekend from April 9th through the 10th. After the symphony performance, a character parade will lead everyone to the max for an afternoon of fun. To find out more about this special weekend, you can visit our website, twinstates.news. A massive tornado rips through Louisiana, slamming New Orleans Tuesday night. Mitty Hicks tells us people further north are dealing with the aftermath now of at least 20 reported tornadoes.
Within 5 minutes, we went in the bathroom and it just blew.
Folks here in New Orleans are getting their first look this morning at the damage caused by a tornado that tore through the area Tuesday night.
It is huge.
The National Weather Service still hasn't determined how big it was, but the devastation is extensive. Dozens of homes and businesses damaged or destroyed, with more than 13,000 customers without power at the height of the storm. The tornado started in a New Orleans suburb, then moved across the Mississippi River into parts of the city already damaged from Hurricane Ida.
You knew what it was, and I come out, it lasted maybe 10 seconds tops. I don't think it lasted that long.
There were multiple injuries reported and at least one death. Local officials are now urging non-residents to stay out of the area as they assess the damage, promising a quick recovery effort.
This community, along with the surrounding communities in this area, has been through a lot, but they're very resilient. They bounce back.
Just a day earlier, this same storm system spawned at least 20 reports of tornadoes in Texas and Oklahoma. Folks there also dealing with widespread damage as they work to repair what's left of their homes.
I'm just trying to see how we get things done so we can get back to normal life, whatever we can do. And I don't know if that will ever mean anything, but that's what I want.
And this storm is still making its way through the south, hitting Georgia on Wednesday with heavy winds and rain. In Arabi, Mitty Hicks, Fox Weather.
Now to the latest in Ukraine. Russia continues to bombard civilian areas in Ukraine. NATO allies will meet Thursday to discuss the invasion. Amy Kellogg has more.
President Biden leaving for Brussels this morning ahead of meetings with NATO and European allies. On Thursday, they'll discuss strengthening the alliance's defense as Russia continues its invasion of Ukraine.
We ask all Western leaders to go beyond the zone of comfort and to stand with Ukraine.
The meetings come as Russian forces ramp up their assault around Ukraine's capital. Heavy shelling rocking Kyiv overnight, sparking fires in several high-rise buildings. In Mariupol, Russian troops are accused of seizing more than a dozen rescue workers and drivers from a humanitarian convoy. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky estimates 100,000 people remain in the city, many without food, water, and medicine.
We have been trying to organize stable humanitarian corridors for Mariupol's residents, and almost all our attempts have been obstructed by shelling.
The fighting is now entering its second month, with Moscow seeing more resistance than expected. And now Western officials say Russian soldiers are facing a shortage of food, fuel, and cold weather gear.
Their ground campaign outside of many of these cities is halted.
According to the UN, the invasion has driven more than 10 million people from their homes. That is almost a quarter of Ukraine's population. More than 2 million refugees have fled to Poland, where President Biden will visit on Friday. In London, Amy Kellogg, Fox News.
President Biden's Supreme Court pick, Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson, is back on Capitol Hill for another round of questioning in her confirmation hearing. Madeline Rivera is in Washington with more.
On her third day before the Senate Judiciary Committee, Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson was once again pressed on whether she had been too lenient when sentencing child porn offenders.
You think it is a bigger deterrent to take somebody who's on a computer looking at sexual images of children in the most disgusting way is to supervise their computer habits versus putting them in jail?
No, Senator, I didn't say versus.
That's exactly what you said.
It's one of the testy exchanges in a hearing that has also featured other hot-button issues, like abortion, critical race theory, and court packing.
We can't get an answer on court packing from her. Justice Ginsburg was against court packing, said that 9 was the right number.
While Republicans have been frustrated, calling her answers evasive and unclear, Senate Democrats are praising her performance.
Judge Jackson affirmed that she will approach her role on the Supreme Court with prudence, a respect for precedent.
Optimistic she'll make history as the first African-American woman on the nation's highest court, if all 50 of their members can stick together, with Vice President Kamala Harris casting the tie-breaking vote.
And you will become a member of the U.S. Supreme Court.
Democrats say Jackson's hearing offers a preview of Republican talking points ahead of the midterm elections, with the Democrats at risk of losing both of their majorities in Congress. In Washington, Madeline Rivera, Fox News.
Still ahead tonight, police in one city in Southern California give drivers a welcome surprise.
I have to pay for this pump and this truck, and I get like 8 miles a gallon, so I'm paying like $300 a week.
How they're helping drivers dealing with pain at the pump.